So let's say if you have a product online, it needs a barcode, it needs a fingerprint, it needs a watermark where it could be detected. Both visual, audio, anything that goes on the internet gets a certain type of number where you can increase and build streams and get residual out of it.
Thank you for tuning in to AMG Entertainment Network. This interview is brought to you by our sponsor. It's called BNS Design for all your social media and digital marketing needs. We want to introduce the legendary, say your name, because
Chancellor Wilkins, you give me
okay,
that. I am who you say I am.
yes. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Chester.
Well, I'm humble, I'm simple, I'm an ISRC manager, UPC code is royalty expert now. I'm really happy and grateful to be here. And I know with this quarantine, a lot of people are home, and we actually have an opportunity to actually reach out to the nation and giving them some good information, being at home and being getting some time to rejuvenate and rethink on moving forward in the music industry. So that's how I look at
That
it.
is true. So everybody knows me and Massive goes back a long way. Um, a long way. Massive, he helped me lock in a deal with Busy Bone to become his management, road manager, bodyguard, you name it. Massive is the one that opened that door. Um, okay, first thing, let's talk about this. This. Oh, sorry, phone fell. Let's talk about this GS1 coding when it comes to music, Massive.
Actually, after today, I've been actually I know I can only sometimes I like to talk about the last thing I always do. So I've been up since 3 o'clock this morning, so no, I should be actually sleeping. So I was like, I just hope we get this out the way because I'm in my sleeping time right now. The last from 4 o'clock this morning, I've been working on an artist called G Herbal. He's coming out with a new Dulux combination where he has one album that actually just went gold. It's on to be platinum. Um, with the GS1 is stuff we talk about. Let me explain what the GS1 is. GS1 is a company that provides you with your licensings across the board when it comes to imprinting your intellectual property digitally. So let's say if you have a product online, it needs a barcode, it needs a fingerprint, it needs a watermark where it could be detected. Both visual, audio, anything that goes on the internet gets a certain type of number where you can increase and build streams and get residual out of it. So GS1 is a company that provides the licensings where you can get an opportunity to set up a catalog to sell whatever product you have, from Apple to medicine, medical supplies, anything digitally that goes online digital. GS1 is the company that handles that.
So, how important are these codes, as you mentioned, as GS1, when it comes to the music industry and artists nowadays, when they always just putting out music without doing the metadata and mandating it and the things that you do?
Well, first thing I gotta say is with the turning that we just had in the music industry, there's a turn. A lot of music artists, businessmen, attorneys, who knows, but there's a switch in the music industry right about now where if your music is not coded or watermark right, or is not your business is not structurally done, the metadata, you're not gonna get the next 3 to 5 years. You're gonna fail if you don't have your music and your business structure. That is what it is. That's what it became to the music business is switched. So I'm saying with the coding part of it, the coding part, it plays a vital and is very important in the music industry, both on the streaming part, because streaming is the new money now, and also to claim your royalties. We out there, we putting music out there, we're putting videos out there, we're putting content all over the web, but there's no way of where we can track it or we can have ownership with it. So a lot of money is being accumulated on the web where if we cannot show proof or with ownership, the aggregator or the company behind that, some of that they the money is being shared to the shareholders and put it this way.
Okay. So, how important is it though? Sorry, my phone's acting up. How important is it though for these artists to get the mandate and the metadata on their music?
100% important. That's the new way. It's mandatory. Moving forward in 2020, the music industry, you have to get your music mandated. You have to get the metadata put in. You have to get that process done. If you want to play in this ball game, or if you want to get in this music industry now, whatever you was doing back then, it's over. It's done. It's finito. It's finished. You have to get web. You have to get watermark. You have to get an analysis report. You have to be in a way in whenever you approach the application, make sure your music is coded. Make sure the paperwork is right. And to cut a long story short, find you somebody that understand the coding industry and is certified and has license to do that. Because if you don't, you can get into a lot of trouble putting the wrong codes in, the wrong information in, and that's federal time. That's bad business.
So, now as far as you being in the music industry, can you tell us some of the names of the people you have worked with, past and present?
Some is transparent, some I cannot really say. But those that I can put out there, I'll give a love and shout out to them. Definitely Ricky Silento had the number one song in the country, Watch Me Whip Nene. I'll always give shout out to Waka Flocka. Good person. Currently right now, I'm doing the G Herbo. He's a new artist from out of Chicago that really doing some real numbers now. Came from independent, now he's a major. So with what we've done with the coding, the analysis, the sales, the mechanicals, everything we've done it. It's work, it's right. We are actually in the right mind frame, structure wise, digitally on doing business. So it's not for. I'm put it this way: don't come in this business if your business is not right. I can name a lot of more of the clients that I work with. We have the Nasir Fontaines, one of the biggest reggae artists that actually now a lot of people are tuning into his music. I mean, I'm working with a lot of different, we have a lot of different clients, both major and independent. But some clients with transparency and with NDC signing on to them, I cannot really reveal who they are, but I work with I'm put it this way. I work with right now in the music industry, the top five in the music industry right now.
Wow. So now, what are some of the mistakes that you feel that artists make without the guidance of you and others that are in the circle, without your guidance? What are some of the mistakes that you see artists make nowadays?
Some of the mistakes the artist has made from what I've seen and with all the internal mental stress breakdown is proper bad management. A lot of them had trust issues. A lot of them had bad accountants. A lot of them wasn't, really consulted the right way in the music industry. communication was poor. A lot of them did certain deals where they only got upfront money and never received their residuals on a long run. So some of the problems that I face now is really like I've been fixing a lot of problems, fixing problems from the old music catalogs that are out there and moving forward to the new. So we're looking at, give an example, we might have an artist that was a big artist in the last 20th century. Let's give it this way for you. And that artist might be broke or might not have no money, but their music is being used in certain content and commercial. But because their paperwork or because they're not the right attorney or the right claiming forms to go after that content or mechanicals, it's like more one of the most simple this way is a lot of different issues, but the ones that come in a lot are the ones that are looking for their neighboring rights and their mechanical, their residuals. These are the
Okay,
problems I'm getting right now.
no problem. Bruce, you have any questions for Chester?
Well, I'm very familiar with GS1 being in the marketing business for so long and actually marketing a product and being the owner of a product industry that GS1 covers you globally, globally. So no matter where you are on this planet, it is, if it's encoded correctly and you do it the right way, going through GS1, you're covered anywhere that that takes place on this planet. And it's so important for people to get hooked in with GS1 that they are the top dog when it comes to the licensing, the UPC, all that. So I just kind of wanted to echo what he said. GS1, majorly important, right up there, along with copywriting.
Now, something I think everybody needs to know. What is the difference between metadata and mandating your music?
I mean, metadata is what you the okay, certain applications ask for certain things. Like right now, when we record a song, when we create the metadata is what we create. Like one song might break down into 10, 11 codes. We have the instrument, we have the lyrics, we have the clean version, we got dirty or whatever version of the track, we got the video, we got the lyrical content, we got the extended version of the song. You feel me? And we got the audio of that song. So I'm just saying, plus last miss, we got the UPC code where we have to attach to that song when it comes to the sales part of that song. So think about it where you have the ISRC codes that does the digital side, and you got the UPC code, the GS1 that does not handles only the sales but also GPS tracking, location. It's like a product, but no, it's digital. So think of us combining the ISRC codes, one UPC code with 9 or 10 ISRC code in one. That's powerful right there. So now if you own both of the licensings and you have an admin somewhere like me that can bring that together, then when you put the product out there to the world, there's no problem on tracking the product. So if you're going to put marketing dollars for all the investors who are looking at spending marketing dollars different location, it's going to help you with the weaknesses and strengths of that particular product or content.
Okay.
It will actually break down the analytics by geolocation, and it's important.
Yep. He just give you
Oh,
he just give you addition to what I just said.
let me make this clear. You're a show off with the records in the back.
Let me put it this way. I right now in my collection with the new albums that I've just quoted, I ain't gonna lie to you, I've quoted so many music where even the plaque company owes me plaques, and I am not just catching up. So I'm maybe at my maybe 27, 28 plaques. So what you see is just what I may be working right now or just came in right now. You feel me? That's gonna come down and I'm gonna have another well, I just got a call today too from G Hobo's the Sony Music where they just told me that his record is gold. So they wanted my information to put on the plaque as a codist. FB is out of ICU. Okay, I just got a text that one of my clients. Oh, that's crazy. One of I just got a text from Chicago. One of somebody big in the music industry that we maybe know also too. Mike, you know, Big Forbes. You remember Big
Big,
Forbes on Twitter? Yeah,
yeah,
he was in ICU. So I just got a text that he was out. So God bless to him.
yeah.
He's in the music industry also on the distribution side. But let's get back to what you said. Most of the plaques that I receive are plaques from coding and just whenever you're a vendor and you're in the music industry and you're part of projects, they have to send in the team of the people. So if the music go gold or platinum, you receive a plaque. But that's from them. My glory is from the Most High. That's how I look at it.
You got any questions, Bruce?
There you go. Well, are you busy building the room for all them plaques?
Um, I think that the plaques on them should be in a better place in museums and recording studios that we're looking at building soon. In reggae land. But I think that the plaques, it's just it's achievements, but I really feel that they can be donated to music schools and things like that to show the kids that you feel me that you can get honored by being a part of a team that has made success. So all those plaques you see, they're of teamwork. It's teamwork.
I like that, man, because so many people want to be all the end all be all, and it takes a team to build these things. It takes a team of the right people to build what you're building there, what you're showing back there.
I
That
do
is true.
thank you for that. But you know what, too? I know we're on the call right now, and I don't want to get too deep into that world. But I definitely want to, tell everybody that's listening that whatever is going on right now in the world, look at it as a change. A lot of us don't get the opportunity to work from home. A lot of us are home right now, and it's wild, but give praises, be thankful, and build your immune system. Go back in the times. If educate yourself on what's going on, because what's going on right now, it's not. I don't want to say use the word as bad, but there are different viruses and different infections that comes around where you yourself has to be clean. You feel me? And a lot of people now, if they wasn't clean before, now I bet you that they're taking very they're they're being clean, and next to cleanliness is godliness. So cleanliness is godliness. That is how I look at it.
Absolutely. As far as the marketing and promotion side, how what's the best advice you can give to these up and comers on getting the right people in that side on their team in that side of the business?
You always gonna need a good PR, a good marketing person, and you always gotta know your the market that you're in and what the market wants. If you're gonna put some content out there on the internet, look for the different networks that pays, the networks that build, that has big communities. You feel me to build, but marketing without promotion, without marketing, there's no promotion. Without no plan, layout, without no structure, you cannot market. So if you're gonna put any project out there or any product, sit back, look at the market, put together a plan, bring the right people in, do an analysis on what you got going on, test the product, and if you believe in the product, give yourself a 90 days and go hard with it. But marketing is very important.
Absolutely. And I like what you added. Give yourself some time because so many people are into this instant gratification and it takes time to feel those things out. You have to test things out to see exactly where you may not fit exactly where you think you fit going in, but once you find out where you fit, boom, you go hard.
That's what it is, and with that comes doing your diligence check, making sure that everything that you put out I mean, with this time 2020 moving forward, I really 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 think for every entrepreneur, for any businessman, people who's been in business, this is a time to really sit back and to think, to think of the mistakes that they've done and things that they have done in the last 5, 10 years. This is a time to really, get in tune with making things better. You feel me? If you own a restaurant or you own a business and you have not been complying with certain things, then now is the time to get your business together and comply and make sure whatever you're serving or whatever you're doing or being clean. You get me? Because sometimes I go to restaurants. I've been to I mean, I don't eat fast foods. I'm really big on health, but I've been to certain places, back in the days where I had meetings with certain individuals, different places where when I went to it, the first thing I always do is go to the toilet, the bathroom, the toilet, every restaurant. And if the toilet is bad or don't look clean, in my mind, I'm like, hold up. If the toilet looks dirty, that means that the kitchen definitely is not clean. So hygiene, cleanliness, that's important right now. So I'm advising everybody who's going to listen or tune in or who's going to listen to this interview, remember that being clean, clean yourself, take care of yourself, build yourself spiritually, mentally. Just clean your atmosphere. Find out ways of where you can be a clean person within yourself. Love yourself. Start loving yourself. There's no love in the world. We need love in the world right now. We're missing that. Some people forget to love.
I hear you. And I think a lot of people coming out of this I always said it was going to take the aliens to attack our planet for our planet to realize that we are one human race and we're all in this together. I think a lot of people look at this that's going on now. It's kind of like an alien. It's attacking everybody. It doesn't care where you live, what you have, what you don't have, the color of your skin, your religious affiliation, or your political views. It's non-discriminatory. It's getting us all, and I think that we're going to see a little bit more, a little bit shift towards that direction when we all get out and move about. Hopefully, a lot of people did exactly what you said. Take this time to look within to see how I am and how I'm doing and how I interact with those around me and come out with a whole different attitude.
I mean, you hit it right there, on the nail. We a lot of us. And in the music industry, I'm gonna stay back on the music industry too. Is a good thing we have a conversation, and we should open up like that because not too often that we get to be on the media, people like us. When I sit back and I watch what's going on, we as urban people, we as being in the music hip hop industry, we've I'm gonna be honest with you, we have failed on educating the youth and moving forward and on better business on bringing unity to races to masses. When I sit back and I look at the Chinese, I don't want to say it like that. When I look at the Caucasian and I look at the Mexican people, we black race, we for the type of music that we've done and the multi millions that has given, I don't really think in my mind and what I see, some of that type of money was spent in the right places. The music industry in my world now and the way I see it, I believe in chanting music. I believe in real music. Yeah, I quote a lot of music, dirty, bad. It's a spiritual thing to me. But now 2020, I really feel that we need to educate. Like music is a heart feeling thing, is a change thing. And I
Oh
feel
shit.
that the people that's out there, they need to take that a little bit more serious than they used to in the past. They forget that part. So I think we being home, because I've been seeing a lot of major artists online streaming, a lot of DJs who never had the opportunity to be in clubs. Now they're making a lot of money selling drum drives. Drum drive is something that we did 5, 10 years ago. So I'm just saying it's like there's a shift going on right now, and you have to be in tune with yourself.
Right on.
So I have a question, Massive. What site do you know any sites, when people hand you music to be put on radio or things of that, is there a way to find out if the music is encoded before you put it on? Is there a site to go to that
Well,
will tell you if the
we
music's
have a
encoded?
we have a system that we built, and I mean I haven't launched it yet, but the answer to that on what we've done and the testings that we've done, we do have a system that we can check. We do have a system like that. That system is built, it's there. It's more really just waiting on the right time to get to release the right way. And we're looking at, doing getting in bed with huge application companies, aggregator companies, where we do like, hundreds of thousands of music library. So we don't want to launch, that type of software until, the sales, not the sales department, but we get into bed with the major music libraries. So that's where we are with that. So the question that you asked, yes, we do. I do use that system a lot because I mean I was one of the people that actually software that people that brought it together on the team, one of the team players that did that. So that's how I really check. Like whenever I meet a client and we sit down, we have a meeting, I show him what's going on. I show him what's on the internet. I show him where his music is at. I show him why he don't get his residuals, and I go into and I show him, well, like, this is why. So that software, that machine plays a lot of role, but it comes with a lot of coding. It's a process that comes with a process. But 85% of music that's out there in the music industry is not coded right. It's not. It's not, because if it was done right, we would not be having a lot of money out there in the internet and all the admins and people trying to claim stuff. If it was done at the beginning first, you go to the recording studio, you do your split sheets, you code the music, you make sure the production agreement is right, You put it. Everybody got their ASCAP, their BMI, their sound exchange, their sound. You got publishing and you got the mechanicals. The repertoires are filled out right. The companies, the PROs are done right. You put all the music out there. Everything is on tight, and everybody that's in that within that track gets paid. But if it's not done right, they're not gonna get paid. It's gonna be a fight. It's happening this morning. In my meeting this morning, we had a big. I had a great meeting this morning with Sony, but I'm just saying with the team that I have now, I've allocated a team in the last 90 days where not after they're doing it right now, and G Herbo was, one of the prototypes of that. What we did, one of them, and it's worked. So the music industry, like I said, has changed. It's not you just put a music out there no more. You're not gonna be able to do that no more. If you put a music out there, 85%, 95% is gonna be flagged if it's not done right. They're not even gonna load it up in the application. If it's not coded right, if it's not, they're not even gonna touch it because whenever you go and you put the music on Apple and you put the music on Amazon, and they used to use a company like I would say DistroKid, because I have to say that they're just another company, distribution company, like Spotify, like it's a distribution on it. When you put your music on there, they ask you if you have your codes. They ask you that, just like iTunes, they do. And some people just don't read the fine prints. They go in and they, they make the aggregator give them a code. But what usually happens when it comes to collect that money, you're not gonna really. It's like a penny on a dollar. I worth 100%, but I'm sharing and I'm giving licenses authority to different applications that is going to take 10, 15, 20, 40% on my money. So when I get my money, I'm only getting maybe 10 cents or 20 cents on whatever I do. But if I coded the music right, I done all the paperwork, my business structure is right, then I can go into the applications and provide them with my code. So when you provide them with your code, you get the reports, you get the analysis report. When you do the claims, there's no problems on doing claims because it helps the admin in-house, Sound Exchange, the ASCAP, the it helps them with their paperwork better when it comes to doing payout. Right now, ASCAP and BMI, they're having a lot of problems, a lot of issues paying out. And there's a lot of people's music. Let's give an example. If I do a song with you and I don't get paid, some of them do cease and desist, where they lock in your money. So if there's a dispute, your money gets locked in. I don't get paid. I don't get my money because from the start you don't do your splits right. You don't put your stuff in right. You don't cut the music right. You don't make sure the production agreement was right. The letter of direction wasn't done properly. So the music, or they're making money for streaming, and nobody don't really get paid because the admin is not done right.
So, what else? I know you're a busy person, so I want to say thank you for taking time out your busy day. Um, do you have any websites in mind if people want to stream their music to push their numbers or their analytics up? Or do you recommend any?
Um, there's a lot of different regions and countries. And for you to get your music out there on any platforms, my advice or my recommendation to them, don't put your music or your content or intellectual property anywhere unless it's coded or the licensing. Make sure everything is done right. You could put your music on any platforms. There's platforms that are fake. There's platforms that are real. You know fake from real. Sometimes you can, but it's better to go in where you own your own stuff. So when it comes for checking your report or your streaming, it's on point. Like right now, like when I code a song, I always put it in I always put it in the system where it could be monitorized. So let's say every record that I code, when I put it into the system, I add on extra things that the client don't know. So if the client's song is playing in China, Australia, any part in the world, anywhere in the world, I will get a report where the song is being played, where I can show the client here. Because to put the song in the application, one of the most things it asks you for, it asks you for product description. It's like a product. It asks you for the information. If you don't put the right information in, the iPad code, the name, the title, it don't monitorize it. So the codes plays a very vital, important place in content in the music industry. If you don't have it right, you better hang it up. It's not gonna work for you. You just start creating more mess in the business. You creating more mess for people like us to clean up.
So, as a starting artist, trying to get out there in the best possible way, what direction do you recommend they take, or the first thing they should do?
The first thing they need to do is get them get them an ISRC and a GS1 license. First thing they should do is that when they go to the studio and they pay for the music, they pay for their tracks, whatever it is, make sure you have the splits in order. Make sure your publishing is order. And I always advise every client to consult a good attorney. You need a great attorney around you. If you have a good attorney that overstands the paperwork, whenever you go out there dealing with them big networks and the big companies, when you put your music on their platform, they do have a contract. They do. It's just a lot of people don't read their contracts. So when it comes and you're getting penny on a dollar, oh, you didn't know this, or you didn't know that, or you didn't know this, because you didn't have a good attorney to really come in and explain to you what you're signing and what you're not signing and what you're getting out of the situation. So every artist, my question to them right now, if they're home and you home getting to 2020, the music industry is not like it used to be before. It has changed. It's digital. Streaming is the new money. And if you want to get your streaming money, you have to get your GS1 and your ISRC code. If you don't have that, you do not have a chance of getting your residuals and your business straight in the next 5, 10 years. It's going to be a lot of problems. So my advice to them is to get their licensing of their code, get their catalog together, get your catalog before you can put information into your catalog where you can check it.
So, how important is marketing and promotions when it comes to the process of breaking a record?
Well, breaking a record, if you're gonna put a product out there, is according to the genre of the product. We got hip hop, we got jazz, we got blues, we got top 40. You have to find out your your region, the genre, how you're gonna market it, the type of crowd you're looking at, not just putting the record out there just like that. So if you're gonna put a pop record out there, a top 40 record there, or let me use a blues record, you're not gonna promote a blues record to hip hop urban fans. You're not. It's not gonna work. You have to look for the blues fans and then see where they congregate, where they at, what they listen to, what they like. They study and you get into the festival. You find out what they like, and that's how you do marketing. You can't market anything just if you don't understand. Like I'll give an example. Just all the music industry. I also do marketing for medical. I'm doing a lot of consulting for medical supply companies right now. And with this thing that's going on, they will call me and they'll say, Chester, we have a new product coming out. Like I'll give an example. I'm looking at a product right now. That's crazy. I got a product in this box right now, brand new. Okay, this product just came in, went to the manufacturer. Manufacturer showed us the product. Actually, before I even open it, I'll show you the same product that I have in there. I'll show you the same product.
You okay, Bruce?
Absolutely.
This is in there. Same product. This is Vanadol. It's a product that chronic pain relief. It helps, and it goes on for all music in people too. If you're in the music industry, when you get your money, always try to invest into startup companies health, airline companies, merchandising. That's part of merchandising. So let's say this product is a chronic pain relief, joint pain, arthritis. It's made from I'm putting this way, it's made from a snake's corporate snake venom is in there. You put it on your back, on your shoulders, anything with pain. It helps with that. I'm not gonna market this in an area where it's not dealing with pain. I'm not gonna market it in an area where that's not for that. I'll look at the sports industry. That's marketing. I'll look at, the anything dealing with chiropractor, the chiropractor industry. I look at the stress industry because this is where this is going to go to. But this is a product that's been on the shelf. It's been at Walmart, but it's never been out to the masses because sometimes the masses don't look at it. Everybody jump on a quick pill, but with everything that's going right now, they're not doing pills no more. So this is going to be high in demand in the next 25 to 30 days because everybody's in pain. Everybody's going to be home. They ain't going to go nowhere. They're gonna be stressed out. They're gonna be doing what they do. So I'm just showing you how mentally how I look at things in not only in the music industry, is business. So when you ask me about marketing, I just give an example. You have your music, it's blues or it's jazz. Look in the jazz industry. Look at where jazz people go to, jazz restaurants. What you have to get into that mind frame. Don't put a rap and put rap into a jazz or a blues. They're gonna be looking at you like gospel. What are you doing? So I'm saying find your market, find your region, and know what the people want. If you know what they want, then obviously it's a good sell. But all that hitting and missing, it's not gonna really work like that because most of the products you see that goes out there, they have case studies. They hire big companies, hire marketing departments online to see where how the people thinking, how they feeling, what are their energies, how they look at to the product. So whenever they come to put a product out, 95%, think about it. You're spending over close to a quarter million on marketing. So think about it like that. They're not going to invest that much into marketing and press up over 50 million a quarter, and the product is not going to go. It has to be attracted to that type of region, to that type of market. So with summing what you just said, when you're doing marketing, you have to do your homework. You have to do it because it's going to be a waste of money. And that's where the coding comes in again. If you're going to put the music out there, you have to register music on BDS, media based sound scan. You have to see where the music is being played. You have to see where the music is selling, not selling. So if you have an analysis report, it's going to show you, okay, the music is not playing in Alabama, but it's big in Chicago. So what are we doing in Chicago that we're not doing in Alabama? So let's increase marketing dollars in the region of Alabama. Let's give it to you. You got to see. If you don't see, it's like you're not going to put a marketing dollars and you cannot see the direction. So it comes back again to the codes. It comes back right again to the codes. You have to be able to see. And the only way you can see, you have to watermark it. You have to put it in the application. It has to be done so you can do analysis on it. Without no analysis, it's like it's a no-brainer.
Looked like he froze.
No, froze. I'm here.
Now, I understand. You got any questions, Bruce?
No, I think he's exactly right. You know, you have to know your market, and the way you know your market is, you know, when you have your coding down, you have the analytical information that tells you where to go, tells you where to concentrate on. You know, and it tells you where you're doing good. You look at what's going on there, lather, rinse, repeat in the areas that you're not. And that is so important. And it all comes back to having things set up the right way and getting the analytical information that tells you the direction to go.
Well, with that being said, Mr. Wilkins, with that being said, we're gonna end this meeting because I know you're a busy person, and we want to say thank you from all of us at AMG Entertainment Network and BNS Design.